talking about how you can boost productivity as a property manager or any other business you're in, and the key aspects we'll be looking at when it comes to productivity gains is emails, because throughout the week we've been speaking to property managers and trying to understand what their main concerns are when it comes to spending a lot of their time working on things, and something came back loud and clear to us, and that's that they spend a lot of their time on emails, either sorting out tenant emails, landlord emails, inquiries, issues being reported, and in some cases they have SLAs, so they have to respond within a certain number of days. And without fail, a lot of them say they miss those targets. And one of the reasons they miss those targets is they just have so many emails to respond to, as well as their day jobs. So this is a very, very important solution and a very important webinar for people who are in that space. It might not just be property managers, it could be whatever work you're doing. And what we're looking to go through today are the options that you have when it comes to AI, some automated solutions, some smart solutions that you can use to improve your email handling skills. So I'm Ua. I'll be assisted today by God's Will. Now, I've been in the IT industry for over 25 years. I've been doing automations, DevOps, AI, machine learning for many of those years. And I've had the benefit of having worked in the real estate space, doing developments, doing buy-to-let, and doing conversions, as well as being prolific in the IT space as well. So today I'm going to bring the benefit of those two lines of expertise into my teaching, and I'll demonstrate at the end some automation that I've built to show how you can automate the handling of your emails within your business. So why this matters is I've alluded to this at the beginning. As a property manager, you have the tenant communications, you have to handle vendors, you have to maintain the properties you're looking after, and you also have to track those properties or track the work that's going on for those properties. So you're juggling multiple responsibilities. Whilst you're doing that, your tenants and your clients or your customers don't know that you're handling so much workload. And they keep sending you emails. They'll send you emails so that there's a paper trail or some sort of trail that they have reached out to you, and then they'll keep watching to see when you respond. And the sooner you respond, the better it is, the better customer experience, the better user experience you provide to your clients. And then you have the issue of time constraints, where you've got these deadlines to meet for your emails and the company deadlines, which you are judged on. So many property managers spend more than 2 hours on emails. The ones we spoke to who received 200 emails, 250 emails, you can't possibly read all of those if you're getting 250 emails every day. So the goal today is to show you how you can reduce the amount of time you're spending dealing with emails, and also show you how we automate some of these tasks and provide you with some tools that you can purchase off the shelf that will help with handling the emails and cutting down the time you're spending trying to understand what's going on with those emails. And then hopefully by the end of it, you'd understand some of the workflows that exist, and potentially, if you're interested, we can share the blueprints with you as well. So the pain points are, as businesses are scaling, property managers are keen to bring on more properties onto their books. But if you're not dealing with the current books that you have, the current set of clients that you have, then the type of reviews you'll be getting will be really poor. And poor reviews means fewer clients and slower business. So we want to make sure that from the beginning or from now, you have systems in place to make sure that you handle emails and that everyone receives the kind of experience that you want them to receive. So your business starts thriving or continues to thrive. So things like repetitive replies. Often a lot of these emails, when you assess them using AI, you'd see that a lot of them hang around similar sorts of inquiries, right? People are reporting similar issues from similar buildings, and you do want to capture that the analytics around the information that you're receiving, as well as be able to respond in an automated fashion. So you can start to have, when you see the emails you receive, you start to have an idea as a kind of the information that comes through those emails and how you can capture all of that. And the volume grows, whilst you grow the number of doors you're managing, or you grow the number of people that reside in the properties that you are looking after. So there are smart email assistants that have been built to assist with this, to help with this, and there's no point reinventing the wheel if you don't want anything more in depth. I would say that these tools are built for everybody. The tools that I'll be showing you, frozen on LinkedIn. Okay. Yeah, it looks like the stream on LinkedIn is not going through at the moment. Let me restart the stream. Okay, just bear with me 1 second. It seems the stream on LinkedIn is frozen. And let's see if we can solve this quickly. I'll stop sharing, and then that allows me to stop the stream. Just give me a couple of minutes. Okay, just restarting the stream now. Let's see if that makes a difference. If not, then people just have to join. Godswill, can you paste the link on LinkedIn? Because I'm not sure what's going on here.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. Okay, just restarting the stream now. Let's see if that.
Yeah, LinkedIn is working now.
Yeah, it's working again. Okay, let me share everything. Okay, I'm not seeing the screen change though. Okay, just 1 second. All right, I can see the screen changing now on LinkedIn. Okay, they'll catch back up. So there are tools that exist within the AI space that you can use with your emails. And thanks for your patience, everyone. So there's MailMaestro, and MailMaestro helps you draft responses and summarize threads. So if you have this elongated thread with one of your clients, then MailMaestro can help with that. Trudy.ai seems to have been built for property managers. So that's something that you may want to investigate further. SaneBox is a wonderful tool. It sorts your inbox and creates different groups for your emails, so different categories, and groups all those emails in those categories. And then using that, you can use it to prioritize the emails that you want to be reading. So you don't want to be reading or you don't want to be disturbed by newsletters or spam emails. So those get categorized differently from tenant demands and maintenance issues. Then the final tool, which is available to everyone, is Gmail CoPilot. So that is available as well within the Gmail space. And if you have G Suite, you can certainly use that. So what is the struggle that we are dealing with here as a project manager or property manager? What do? You have to track everything that you're working on so that you and the business people running the business understand where things are at every point in time. So you do need the tools to help you with that. And today we'll be looking briefly at a tool called ClickUp. There are other tools. You can use Asana, Trello. They're all other options. But the key thing is you want to be able to track which property has what issue and what work is going on with those properties. Then you want to also make sure that you get on top of the follow-ups that you have to work on. So you're meeting your SLAs, and if you've got any things that you've missed, you can start to catch back up, especially if your emails are being dealt with by another tool, as well as any other thing that consumes most of your time. Now, without integration with the tools that you have to work with from your email, so the information you get from your email, you then have to use take that information manually to another tool, for instance ClickUp or Trello, that also has the context switching that you have to go through, as well as having to remember to either copy and paste or make sure that things are done in a predictable, efficient manner. This is where automation comes in. Automation can handle all of that for you. And then there's the issue of information overload. You get started on a task, you then receive an urgent phone call, and then suddenly you lose track of where you are. So these are things that people are dealing with and we're getting feedback on. Now, in terms of the tools that we'll push as an automation agency, it will be a combination of tools that will solve your problem. So it's not about introducing yet another tool into your business. It's about making the tools that you currently have work together and work in synchrony. So you've got things like ClickUp. ClickUp is the everything tool for business. That's what they claim. And it certainly does handle a lot of the tasks that many property management companies have to deal with, or any other businesses. So you've got ClickUp plus the AI that they've released. Asana has AI, Notion has AI. Now Notion is like your note-taking app that can be shared across the business. Asana is for allocating tasks and using follow-ups, and they've got different swim lanes within Asana where you can move one task from one status to another, and it's visually useful for allocating tasks and keeping on top of it from a high level view. And then the final combination of tools will be something like Make. Make is an automation tool. So this is a tool that essentially converts all your tasks into a workflow so that it's clear from looking at what's going on, what your pipeline is. So what was the first tool, what's supposed to happen in that first tool, and what happens in the next. And you just draw it out like a tree diagram, and then to the end it ends where you want it to go. And I'll show some examples through this session. So it's now time to show you the live demo of how these things can work for you. Let's have a look at what Make shows us. So Make is an automation tool. It's called an RPA, so robotic process automation. So if we zoom into this email categorizer and email processing a scenario that I've created. So what we're looking at here is something that monitors your email. So in this case, it's monitoring my Gmail account. So on the left hand side, it monitors my email, picks up the email, and that account represents your email account within your business. So it monitors the email. When it gets the email, it takes that email, the subject, the text, the body of the email, and then sends it into ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT or the AI, whichever AI model you want to use, then processes it, takes in all of that information, and then gives it a category. And based on that category, it then determines what happens next. So all these different streams are all different categories, and the bottom two are most important for what we're doing here, because the bottom two represent a tenant issue report, and the second one is a management report, and we'll look at what happens there. So when the LLM or the model AI reviews the content of the email and gives it a category of tenant issue, for instance, what then happens is it's given a label, And then after the label, another AI takes the text of the information and extracts information from it, the details of the report. And then from that, it then pushes the result into ClickUp and creates a task. And then that task can be assigned to people to deal with. So if you think about it, email comes in, is read by AI, and then a task appears. And the person who's supposed to deal with that task gets that task. And the person receiving the task doesn't necessarily have to be the property manager. The person receiving a task can be a vendor or somebody working on for you within your business. If it's out of hours, it can be written to assign the task or the issue to a supplier or to a handyman or somebody that would deal with the matter. So let's have a look at some draft. So here's an email, pest control. So pest control has been sent in by Matt. So I'm going to send this email. Oops. Yeah, things are running slowly. Yeah, so hi there, I'm James at 38 Horton Street, Unit 3A. I've noticed a few cockroaches in the kitchen the past couple of days. Can we get pest control in here this week? So it's sending it to my Gmail, and then that goes, let's click send. So that's gone from my AutoRe account and it's going to my Gmail. The next one is Daniel Cho. Could I get my rental income statements from Q1 and Q2 of this year and preparing taxes? So again, let's send that. So that's going to the company's inbox in this case. So let's have a look at what's happened there then. So if we look at the Gmail, we can see the emails pop in. So one sec, just making sure it's in the inbox so that everyone's clear that it's doing what I said it would do. So whilst that's loading up, I can see it on my... Okay, so we've got the plumbing issue reported here, and then the other one would soon come in. Hopefully it's not gone into spam or anything. Okay, that plumbing issue has been there from before. So I'm just going to refresh this. Let's see. Just check spam, make sure it's not in spam. Is it in spam? Nope. Yeah, let's wait for that to come in. So because the automation is studying all of the emails that I get, including spam, it would run through each one and give them different categories. And then there's a catch-all to make sure that every single category or every single email is processed or put into a relevant category. So this is one that I was testing earlier. As you can see, it's put it into maintenance issues. That's the correct category, but that's because the automation did that. Now let's see what's happening with this. Has it gone into my sent items? Okay, why is it not in the sent items? Did it go to the wrong inbox? No, it's definitely here. Okay, it's in the outbox. Let's sync this. So I pressed send, it went into the outbox, so it hasn't gone yet. What's going on? Just need to get this going. Yeah, so testing live. This is okay, come on. I wonder why this is not sending at the moment. Was that showing? Yeah, it's definitely the right email. Okay. I may have to send this from a different account if this is not leaving my inbox. What's it showing? Just 1 second. Let's see. It's syncing. So why is it not going then? I'll do a resend. Is that making a difference? It's launching draft. Okay, let's do send again. Let's go into Outbox. Right. Let's see if I can send this a different way. Spare me 1 second. I'm just going to send it from my phone instead. It's unclear why this is sticking on my machine. It will send eventually. It's just going to be... Okay, let's go to my sent items. I'm just going to pick this up. Where is it? Compose new email. Okay, one of them is gone. 2 gone. Okay, great. So those emails are gone now. And let's have a look on here. Okay, you can see they've come in. So now they're in the inbox. So this simulates the inbox of the business. So what we'll now do is the automation will be listening the entire time, and whilst it's listening, we'll have things spinning in the background. So let's click run once and see what it does. So it's kicked off. Obviously, you wouldn't sit there clicking the run once. This will be set to run automatically, which is why it's a robotic automation platform. So it's picked up one email. Let's see which one it's picked up. So you can tell whilst it's running, if you're running it in this mode, which one is picked up. So, okay, so that's not the one we wanted to pick up. So it's categorized that one. And where has it gone? So it's placed that one in this category here. And what is this category? Let's see. It's placed it on the AI news. So that's good. And if we look back over here, it's this one that it's picked up and it's placed it on the AI news. So that would get allocated to AI news. So now if I click run once again, bear in mind that when you're running this in your business, it will constantly be checking. So it's now picked up another email, which should be this one that's to do with pest control. So let's have a look and see if it has picked it up. Yeah, you can see the subject's pest control, and you can see here that it's also picked up the name and the address. So now what happens? Let's have a look at what it's done. You can see that it's picked up pest control and it's assigned it as a tenant issue, right? Tenant issue here, and then it goes here, it's given a category, it's then passed through AI again. So the AI is now studying that email, and the information is pulled out is that the category is pest control, the tenant name is James, the address is picked up, and what the person's reported, and it's reported a time as past couple of days, which is what it said, and then it's given it a title. So let's have a look at ClickUp, which is where your task allocation would be. So in ClickUp now, we've got the home, and we should have some projects somewhere. So we go into the team space, which would be your space, and then we've got projects, and then you've got tenant issues. So with tenant issues, you then should have a task, which is in progress. And then there's the task, pest control, cockroaches presence in kitchen, right? So that's done automatically. All of that's happened without you getting involved. And the teams that handle this thing, if there's a pest control team, they would automatically get the notification that an email has come with a report, and it will tell them the address and all of the information in that email. So a human doesn't have to do this. These things are things that AI has been created for. So that's a wonderful example that has worked right here and now. We can do another example. If I get this to run once again, this is the automation doing this thing. So it will pick up yet another email, and let's see what the subject is of this email that is picked up. The financial statement request. Let's go. So it's sending it to AI. This AI here is an assistant. So this assistant is running in the background and it's not allocated it. Let's see why it hasn't allocated it. Not a child list. Okay, let me see if I didn't configure it to the correct. So child there, download inquiries. Okay, if I just put that as plain 3. Okay, so let's see why landlord hasn't applied. So pick up again, assign it. So it's now sent it through. So that's come through now. Let's have a look and see where it's allocated it. Let's go through projects. Let's go through landlord issues. It is task 3. Let's open up task 3 and then see. It's done it right here. So provide Q1, Q2 records to Daniel Cho, who's the person that sent the email. So that's essentially the automation, saving you time. And imagine you have blocks of flats or blocks of apartments, and you have multiple landlords, multiple tenants, all sending you emails. You do want a system that will help you categorize. And what I've shown is just the tip of the iceberg, but this is something that you can start using straight away. There are other things you can do. You can send to Slack. You can get other intelligence involved in the information you receive. This one right here at the top, that actually reads the content of the email and extracts URLs, and then using those URLs, it creates content for the business owner. So that's the demo done. If you have any questions, I would like you to put them in the chat so I can answer them. So what happens next is, what's happening behind the scenes, I've talked through it. So there's a trigger. The trigger is the email arriving, and the automation studying the emails and picking up what is relevant and allocating them correctly, and in the ClickUp task. So if you manage hundreds of emails or even tens of emails, imagine how many minutes it saves you. It saves you easily 2 hours a day, and those 2 hours you can spend doing the things that you really want to be doing, or helping your colleagues, or solving other problems. Then your communication becomes consistent, because the AI is studying the examples of emails that you've provided, and those examples are saved to within the prompt that the assistant uses, and the information or the categorization remains consistent. So if there are any deviations, it's easier to work out in hindsight what needs changing, what needs amendment. So there's less micromanagement and everyone is on point. So start small. That's the guidance we'll give you. Start small. Use the free templates that are available in Make. If you need assistance, you can always reach out to us. But once you've started, get your team on board, do the first set of emails, then do the next set of emails, and then get everybody sensitized to the information you're bringing in, or to the new solution you're bringing in, and then keep testing, keep sending these emails, and keep validating that they're being categorized correctly. So if you are interested, reach out to us, send us a message. We'll be able to provide you with a bit more information on this and the blueprint, and we can give you the top 5 tools that property managers are currently using in their business. And if you've got any questions, put them in the chat. And if you want help implementing this, reach out to us. Build your first AI workflow. You can do that really, really quickly and set your property managers free to focus on the things they really want to be working on, because nobody becomes a property manager to handle just emails. They do want to manage properties, so get them free to do that. You can visit our website Trudy.ai and complete a form there and request a lean AI audit, which is something that we're providing to our clients and people who attend the webinars. So here's an idea of how this can be implemented for you. So initial setup will be less than 2 weeks. We'll do the email integration within 3 weeks, and then the task automation just begins straight away, depending on the system that you have. Remember, I said this is not a way to bring in new tools for your business, it's a way to get your current tools working. So if you have a project management tool that isn't ClickUp, we can integrate with that and make it work seamlessly, or you can do it as well. You just need to make the changes in the blueprint that I send you if you request it, and then just keep testing and keep iterating, and you'd find that it saves you so much time that you'd want to do even more automation and get humans involved in the edge cases, the things that are really complicated to begin with. Unless you can use this to save your time, so 80%. So what's the most likely return on your investment? Within 3 months you'd have 300% return on the investment you put in, because if you're saving every property manager 2 hours a day, then if you add that up, and over 3 months, that's more than 300% that people get back in terms of returns and the satisfaction. So this would definitely save you time, save your staff time, and get you in a position where you can take on more units and increase the number of doors that you manage. So thank you so much. Feel free to request any information from us. We'll be very happy to help. If there are, let me check LinkedIn to see if there are questions on there. Let's get back in. Where is it? Just checking for any questions. Join. Okay. So there are no questions that I can see. So what's left to be said is reach out to us. We're happy to give you the blueprint for this piece of automation that I've shown, and you can use it straight away. All you have to do is just change the credentials and you'll be off and running. So thank you so much for joining us this evening, and enjoy the rest of your night.
Inbox chaos will tame the beast. Turn your time into a feast. Short and sharp, let meaning flow. Emails that hit like a pro.